voicing Chucky for nearly 20 years. I mean, how good is it to revisit him now in these new Rugrats episodes?
Well, actually, I have to tell you, I did Chucky. Christine Cavanaugh originated the voice of Chucky and did him for about, I think, close to 7 years, I think. And then she retired, and I took over the voice. One of the most challenging milestones, I think, in my whole career was taking what she created and trying to put those little Chucky boots on. So I did it for about 3 or 4 years, did the Thornberry Rugrats movie, and then we picked it up again. I think I did them all grown up also. So I maybe have done it a total of like 5 or 6 years, and now we're doing it all new, set today.
Is that hard, Nancy? Because when we think of you and we think of the characters, we'll get to the Simpsons in a second, where you really are, you're birthing those characters. You are Bart, you are Ralphie, and all those other characters. But then when you're stepping into someone who's already, you would have admired that voice actor before, and then that's an iconic character, like, I don't want to mess this up. Is that harder for you than originating a character?
Oh, absolutely. It's harder because he's such a complex character. I mean, Chucky's got adenoidal problems. He's totally in fear and terror. His voice is kind of like, it's very nasally, and his, it's kind of like in the back of my throat. It's like, it's just very challenging to do.
Oh, he's so good.
I love him.
Oh,
so great.
I love Chucky. He is so beloved by... Yeah, he's just so beloved by so many of the fans because Chucky, it's not just... I think the character arc of this little guy is probably the highest character arc because he always starts out in the episodes afraid. He's just in terror of everything. And there's a nice change with him that he's willing to try anything so that he can be, I'm a big, brave dog. I'm a big, brave dog.
You must just fall in love with all of your characters. I mean, of course, where there's Bart Simpson and Ralph Wiggum and Nelson. Yeah. But what's it like when you're doing a show like The Simpsons, when you're playing so many different characters? When you're voicing it, do you have to have a break between the different characters, or do you just go for it?
Actually, we just read the script from beginning to end. And, if we have a dialogue with ourselves, then you better be able to, think fast, and be able to differentiate between those characters. And it helps me if I use a yellow highlighter and then an orange highlighter and a green highlighter to separate the characters, so that I am not confused when I do the voices. Sometimes mistakes happen, and that's a big laugh and egg on my face.
Nancy, do you have a favourite character that you portray in The Simpsons? I mean, I know obviously Bart is iconic, but of the other characters you do you have one that's, close to your heart or it's closer to you?
David, that's a hard question. I mean, do you have kids?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Choose a favourite child.
Who's your
Easy, I can easily choose a favourite.
The dog.
Gotcha. It's hard. I love Bart because, Bart's Bart. Come on, he's like the star of the show. But then there's also Nelson Muntz, and as challenging as his voice is to do, I love him because there's a sweetness about him. There's some kind of, he has a crush on Mrs. Simpson, and he likes to sing. He's kind of like, Papa, can you hear me? And he's always yearning for his father. Ralph Wiggum, there's something about him. He's like a walking non sequitur. So when he speaks, anything he says is funny. I feel very, very blessed and one of my favorite boys.
When you're in your normal life, in your real life, though, do all of those voices play in your head, or are you ever in moments where you think you're about to, it's a Bart Simpson moment, or you want to speak like a character?
I do like to have fun with it, and it creates such, especially in these times, to be able to say to a waiter at a restaurant or to talk to, and we're all wearing masks. The restaurants in Los Angeles, they're not fully open. And so to be able to bring some joy to people, that's kind of what I live for. I just love it. And people are like, wait, what? And I like surprising them.
I think you just did that recently. You surprised a Bart Simpson fan. We've got a little video. Let's have a look.
Skittles.
Yes, ma'am.
Shake my hand. I'm Bart Simpson. What's happening to me?
Shut the front door! Are you serious right now? That is badass.
mean, that must
So
be such a great
good.
feeling to bring so much joy to not just kids, but to like grown people when you just bust that out.
So true. David, it's like I live the best of both worlds because I can walk anywhere and no one knows who I am. And, you know, having a mask on, that even protects me more. But I have the opportunity and the freedom to be able to expose who I am, so to speak, expose who I am by my voice and surprise people and still have my privacy. It's great. When I met that gal from that Skittles thing, that was at the Bentonville Film Festival. That was a couple years ago that I did that. And I was there because I have a production company. And this production company, I have actually two of them. It's called Spotted Cow. And I have this other one that I really love. It's me plus 3 others that are Latin, Mexican actually. And we've paired up together. My business partner, production partner, is Monica Gill, and we've got these very successful what are they called, IPs, intellectual properties, from Mexico, from Venezuela, from Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Spain, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, all Latin-speaking countries. And what we're doing is importing them and turning them into American shows. So
good.
I really
So
take
good.
great pride in the fact that we're giving such diversity in an industry that has been lacking this for so long.
Just quickly before you go, Nancy, you're doing those master classes as well, which is this online courses. Tell us about that, because you're the first voice actor to do that.
Yeah, I was so honored. You know, they approached me January of last year, and we started talking about they wanted to pair me up with someone. And then what ended up happening was COVID hit, and it changed everything. And I wasn't even sure that I was going to be able to do it. So they came up with this bright idea of animating me. So I'm I think only 5% of the class. It's a 2-hour and 45-minute class. And I take you through how to develop characters, some exercises. There's a little animated show that we created that I show how to change your voice and give some good tips. And I think it's not just for people that want to learn about voiceovers, but I think if you're interested in, it's funny. The class itself is very entertaining. And if somebody has said you have an unusual voice and you should try it, I think you would probably learn from my class. That's the idea, is to kind of pass the baton along so people can find out my successful actions.
Yeah,
Nancy,
teaching from the absolute best.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time, Nancy. We'd like to thank you, and thank you to Bart Simpson, too, for bringing us all so much joy.
Thanks, man.
You're the best, Nancy. Take care.
Goodbye. Love you. Mwah.
Oh, my
So
God.
good.
What a great life.
I love it.
What joy she brings.
She just came to the party, didn't you? You knew.
Oh, no, just to see.
So good.
So great.